Number 1. When the person still calls you often. Communication is key in any relationship. Communication started from the beginning of creation when God made the man. He did not just dump man in one corner of the garden. Instead, He specifically put man in the right place and communicated to him what he should do. After that, God would come to the garden to communicate with him from time to time. After the fall and all, God still communicated to man through other means like dreams, visions, His Word, and now through the Holy Spirit. A relationship that is devoid of communication will be frustrating. Therefore, if there must be a relationship, then there must be communication. As a matter of fact, one way to differentiate a close friend from a casual friend is based on the level of communication between the both of you. In other words, the higher the level of communication, the closer the friendship, and the less the level of communication, the farther the friendship. There are some friends that a day cannot go by without you hearing from them. Such relationship carries a very strong bond. For any relationship to flourish and blossom, there has to be good communication between the two parties. In a family where there is no quality communication between the husband and wife, then such union is opening the door for the enemy to strike. If a father does not cultivate the habit of spending time and communicating well with his children, the children tend to love and prefer the mother who always gives listening ears to them above the father. If you have been in a relationship before and there was a breakup due to one reason or the other, then the person still calls you often. Maybe not 10 times in a day, but almost every day. Then it is a sign that the person wants you back. Someone that is still taking offense will not call you. It means the person has forgiven you and is seeing from a different perspective now. Number 2. When the person is still concerned about your welfare. For someone to be concerned about your welfare, it shows that the person still has you in mind. If not, you will not be remembered, let alone have the concern about your welfare. In Genesis chapter 3 verses 1 to 24, when man fell into the temptation, God still had the welfare of man at heart. This was seen in the way He made tunics of skin for them to cover their nakedness instead of the leaves that they used. And there and then, redemption plan was made even when man does not deserve it and had no idea of it. Your welfare becomes a priority to the person because one way or the other, the person still sees you as an integral part of their life. The person wants to know how well you are doing, either health-wise. The person wants to know if you are doing well academically, if you are a student, and would most likely ask about a grade point. If you are having challenges with any course and your finances, if you are working, the person might know if a colleague has offended you or what's up at work. The person will equally be concerned about your family members too, because they know that everyone has a soft spot when it comes to family, and if they can't access that, then they can easily win you over again. It passes a message that they want to share your burden, meaning they still want to be a part of your life. Otherwise, they will not care because it wouldn't be their business anymore. Someone who wants you back will want to know what your plans or visions are. So, take note when someone that you have been in a relationship before is still concerned about your welfare and safety. It is a sign that the person is still thinking about you and wants to come back. Number 3. When the person still tells you their plan. When man lost it in the Garden of Eden, God did not give up on man. He had the plan to redeem and reconcile man back to Himself. He told man about His plan when He said to Adam and Eve that the seed of the woman will bruise the head of the serpent. From that time on and through different dispensation, God always makes His plans and intentions known to His people, and now He gave us the Holy Spirit who searches the mind and reveals to us the deep things even yet to come. No man reveals their plans to strangers, someone that they took offense in or that they don't trust. When a person tells you their plans, it means that they are safe with you and they find you worthy of that. Your plan is not what you have accomplished or achieved. It is what you are setting out to do. In other words, a plan is futuristic, meaning if they tell you about their future events, then they see you feature in it. They see you as part of their future, and this only passes one message: that they want you back even if the person might not say it out loud. It means the future is bright and telling you will give you an imagination or picture of it. Gradually, the person wants you to fix yourself into those plans too, or give it some consideration. This sign is often noticed first. Number 4. When the person complains to you about other people. When the person begins to complain to you about other people, especially if the people the person complains about are of same sex as you, it's a green flag that tells you they want you back. For instance, if the person is a lady and she complains about guys to you, it means she's comparing you to them and she's comfortable with you rather than another person or others. She believes that you are better since she is not complaining about that same thing concerning you. Same thing goes for a guy. If a guy complains to a lady about another lady, it means he has found the former to be better. If that were not the case, and he thinks you are all the same, he would rather not talk about it. So when someone complains about the deficiency of another person, it means you both see the same thing and agree the same thing, and therefore you two can walk together. Maybe in the relationship earlier, you guys had taken each other for granted. You have allowed some things to cloud your eyes not to notice the value of each other. Most likely the breakup in the relationship has really helped you to see that the person you left was better, and so you complain about other people or another person's attitude. When such complaints are becoming more frequent, it means the person is thinking about you and still wants you back because the person has seen value in you. Number 5. When the person still talks to your friends about you. No man was made or born to live in isolation. Man is a social being, meaning man needs other men to survive and socialize. You cannot be friends with everyone in the world, but being born into a family and finding yourself in an environment has availed you the opportunity of having friends and people around you. Your friends can be your classmates, your colleagues at work, or people that one way or the other have come across your life, and over time have remained in touch with you. Being a friend does not take a day, and it does not take eternity either. It just takes enough time for you to trust and be comfortable with the person. Your friends know much about you, and most times their opinions are needed when you want to take some vital decisions in your life because they have the power to influence your decision and action. When someone begins to talk to your friends about you, it means that the person is thinking about you and wants you back because the person believes that your friends will tell you. The person might talk to your friends about the beautiful moments you both have shared, the interesting and appealing things about you, knowing full well that if he or she can win your friends over, they would automatically win you back as well. Number 6. When the person wants to always help you. Help is an action given to provide assistance to someone or something, which could be in various forms depending on the recipient. When the person is willing and eager to render assistance to you, in other words, the person will be there for you when they notice or knows that you need help. It is a sign that you should look out for. The person will be willing to take up some responsibilities, which could be financial, spiritual, academic if you're a student, or the person would want to help you tidy some files in the office if you're colleagues. Sometimes you do not even ask for their help. Maybe you guys are just talking and you mentioned it in your conversation. The next thing is the person swings into action to help you out. Or perhaps the person gets to know through a friend of yours and they go ahead to help you sometimes as a surprise, especially when they know that your primary love language is act of service. The person tends to want to use that to win your heart over again without saying the word.